Yo, what's going on guys? Devin here. Welcome to Warframe Review Episode 1, and today we're going to be going on Anairos, the, I don't know, kind of Egyptian-based, backgrounded, mummification dude, what are you going to call him? So, I'm going to keep this nice and short and simple. I actually love Anairos. He's incredibly tanky. He's basically immortal along down the road with, what's his name? Nidus. He is incredibly strong, great crowd control, great CC if you want to put it to short. He's pretty, he has a bit of everything basically, so we're going to go over his abilities really quickly. Desiccation, Devour, Sandstorm, and Scarab Swarm. They are, a couple of them are affected by range mods, power drift, like power control mods, and HP, so quickly show off my build. Now remember, when it comes to my build, this is how I like to play. I'm not saying this is the best build, this is just a personal preference. So basically I use Rage, Power Drift, Insurance Drift, Constitution for a bit of duration on my first ability, Flow, just get that, I don't know, a bit of extra power. Strength, because I'll explain when you actually get into showing the abilities why I use Strength. Stretch. Vitality, pretty simple because he's a health-based Warframe. You don't actually, well, you can't actually have a shield anyway. And then Armored Agility, just with a little bit of armor extra and some movement speed. So weapons, yeah, I don't particularly need them. Maybe just a good, decent, solid melee weapon that can actually do, I don't know, solid finishes. So for this one, I'm gonna quickly just equip this one. Covert lethality, and yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to quickly close that. So, I'm going to jump into a 10-minute survival. Oops, no! Oh damn, I wasn't meant to join people. Oh well, I don't mind to just join the solo, but I'm just going to might have to end it somewhere along during the episode if the guy doesn't want to leave. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys haven't kind of, I don't know, forgotten about my channel, but fair enough. Been working a bit. If you're interested in my life, I've been working quite a lot now, almost 5 days a week basically. So don't exactly have time to sit down and make videos. But yeah, so let's begin this off. So desecrate, no, not desecrate. Desiccation. It's a AOE range controlled ability. And basically it's very simple, low energy cost. So basically you cast it, they're blind for a duration and it deals damage over time. By attacking them front on, it kind of, why I take range is because it gives me time just to kind of chill back and basically get my picks on what I need to get my picks on. Well, more or less, because I'm using a shotgun so I have to reload. But then I'm just gonna take this out really quickly. So I'm using the Sanctity Tigress. So desiccation is actually a really nice ability because one, it's AoE, two, it opens you to finishes, and now that kind of falls into his ultimate ability. So we'll just pop up here really quickly. It's called Scarab Armor. So basically, what Scarab Armor is, you transfer your HP into basically armor, but now because I've got 1000 health now back from that, if I'm just going to do this really quickly, so then because I'm about to get a finisher, I just gained 800 health back. So that is because it comes with a passive of something to how I honestly can't word it, but yeah, basically you get a finisher, you gain a percentage of life back for you basically. So he does have a second ability called Devour, which I don't personally use quite a lot because one, it uses lots of energy, two, it takes ages to do. So I'll show you right now. I was gonna blind them all. And this is basically a Devour. You eat them, they become a Sand Soldier. And when it comes to that, you kind of want to move on to the well, I know, just Devour. You have a Sand Soldier, and he basically just, yeah, that's really it, to be honest. Pretty self-explanatory. So more or less, if you just use Desiccation and get the, I don't know, what was it, the finisher basically, and you just gain your HP back. Nice and simple. Now his third ability is basically like like sandstorm. Pretty much, it's just a sandstorm. You get some Darude sandstorm in here. I know, bit of a meme, but it does damage. Actually, it does do not the most amazing amount of damage, and it absolutely chomps energy. But I've got energy efficient mods, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's pretty much his third ability. And now his fourth ability kind of runs into... So because for your ultimate Scarab armor, you initially traded your life for Scarab armor, then by getting finish attacks you gain percentage of HP back. So because I've got this armor with 100%, because if you look next to my HP there should be like an Egyptian symbol that has, I don't know, 100%. So that 100% now is also additional armor to me. But if this AoE effect around me, like, do you see this kind of AoE effect? So literally I can actually recast this ability, so get a desiccation and use it, and basically what it does is it kind of swarms them, dealing corrosive damage, and it's AoE affected, but it can spread to multiple enemies, and it is, I don't know, pretty good ability, but you're gonna have to, I'd more or less use it if you're going to, in a sticky situation, like, then like, I don't know, just, yeah, because it gives you opportunities just to chill out for a second, but it doesn't do exactly as well, again, the most amount of damage, but it does definitely keep that nice level of crowd control. So, if you talk about how I personally play on Iros, well, of course I get my Scarab armor, but you kind of want to do it in an area where you're not surrounded. Give me a second. Just gonna go 1, 2, okay. Get my armor, okay, just gonna do this. Get my armor. Okay, now I'm gonna block them. Nice. Get the finisher, and 1000 HP now, 2000. Not if he died from that actually, shit, whoops. Where is it? Okay, well that was that. Basically, you pretty much figure it out. You just use a decent weapon, melee weapon as a finisher, and then you just gain percentage health back. And it's pretty simple, not very hard. It's really strong actually. It's a really strong ability. Because instead of just using Devour, you can just basically heal yourself just from a finisher attack. And it costs half of the effort and half of the time. And it's just a case of pressing circle or V if you are on computer. Oh, my teammate's dying. Oh god, they're both dying. So I'm just going to spam this really quickly, so every time you cast the first ability, the actual cooldown itself, the duration effect actually restarts. So you can actually spam it, and it's a pretty spammable ability just to get that AoE damage. And you can just continuously basically keep the crowd control up, and then just continue getting finishes. So shot, continue and restart the chain of CC, shot, blind. And this ability is so good because it actually, one, it gives you time to actually get your picks. Two, it actually gives you time to get picks onto stuff that you can prioritize, and it's recastable. And the reason I use range is because the AoE in front of you is, so it's big, it's a big AoE. I like bigger AoEs with a good amount of crowd control. Instead of just like 2 to 3 enemies, you can crowd control 4 to 5, maybe even to 10 enemies at one time if they're all in that AoE area in front of you. Like, you could definitely, I know you can definitely like stun more than that in one AoE, but just like using the AoE to its maximum, like this, for example, just in front of me here. Okay, this thing's gonna really annoy me. Hold on. Hate those. So you just get the stun, gain the finishes, you just clear the room. Really simple. So Anaris was actually, like I've said already, he is quite easily a really strong Warframe. Now, if you saw my build, yeah, it's like remembering is how I like to play, and it works for me the best. I wouldn't take this into like a, I'll take this into a sortie, but not like a 2-3 hour survival. I wouldn't do that. But this is more or less kind of a casual land your shots. Like if you got a good primary, just get those headshots or whatever. Or if you're going for like a melee only, you can just go for into those melee kills. And yeah, just get the finishes. It's really, like, he's a really good Warframe, an all-round good Warframe. And actually, if you're wondering how to get him, he comes from the Sands of Anaris blueprint. You can pick it up from Barrow Katia. I think it's like 200 ducats and a couple 100,000 credits or something. I don't exactly know, but I know that much. It's actually, even if you don't like Anaros, it's still a really good story quest anyway, to be like, just to get anyway. So if you know what ducats are, just to clarify, ducats are, well, basically you trade prime parts and you gain ducats based off their value or what they are, and then you can just, so yeah, it's pretty simple, 4 or 5, maybe even 2 or 3 prime parts depending on what you have. If you're starting off, yeah, it won't be like instant for you, but yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I'm just keeping this video really quick and short, just to like give you a good understanding, yeah, more or less an understanding on how I like to play Anaros. So basically, to summarize, when I play Anaros, I'm always just getting that like crowd control stun in front of me, just controlling the area, just making sure I can actually do stuff. It's gonna basically just, you look like, so I use a little bit of duration just to kind of keep that blind there for a couple seconds, and then because I have the range, it affects actually a really like decent area in front of you, and you can just continuously use it, and it's really cheap, like it's not an expensive ability to use. So by using a range mod, you basically have a lot of options to get picks on, like corrupted gunners for example, just get them out of the way, use turn around, recast the ability, and actually it does do damage over time, but it doesn't do the most insane amount of damage ever. But yeah, it's still a really nice all-around ability, and you can use it in multiple ways, as I explained before, just to give you kind of that control on the battlefield basically. And actually the weapon I more or less am using kind of goes well with how I like to play Portaz, because the Sanctity Tigress does an AoE healing damage, or like a proc basically. It does like a healing proc. It's not the best shotgun in the game, I know that for a fact. I have the Tigress Prime and that does far more damage, like absolutely way more damage, guaranteed more damage than the Sanctity Tigress. This is a 2 former Sanctity Tigress, but I'm still killing these guys regardless, and I'm still doing a good amount of damage. And this bubble really annoying, so I'm just gonna do this. So I'm just gonna quickly clear these guys with Sandstorm. Oh yeah, that ability is really expensive to use actually, Sandstorm, but it's just for the showcase of how Nidus really works. See that like corrosion proc just there, that was the Sanctity Tigress. So you fill that meter up and then you just gain a healing burst and a, I don't know, more or less like an AoE of corrosive damage, which is really nice. And actually you can use Anaris' stun in midair, actually. You can use it in midair. So it's actually really nice because, I know, say for example, oops, hello. I don't know, just jumping, you can just instantly do it, like, regardless. So yeah, I don't know, that really kind of sums up the video. We can go get this, whoops, get the revive quickly. And yeah, I'm basically going to wrap up this video, so you guys pretty much now have a decent understanding of how I like to play Warframe on Anaros, basically. And if you guys want more Warframe reviews, like, this is episode 1, I'm going to see how you guys like it. Like, I personally, yeah, I've kind of enjoyed making this. It's kind of something I've wanted to do because my builds, I think personally, are kind of not your typical build that you would see on every, like, I don't know, kind of YouTuber's build. Like, they're gonna have a lot more just typical mods. Basically, if you know what I mean by typical mods, then you understand. If you don't know what I mean, yeah, fair enough. I might be using a bit like different mods that people wouldn't use, but I'm just using the mods that basically suit me and my playstyle. And yeah, I don't quite know how to finish off this video, but like, I don't know, you guys basically have a good understanding now of how I play Anaros, and hopefully I've given you maybe an opinion on Anaros if you didn't know how to play him, or you want to play him, or you want to get him. Even just look at how I personally play. Fair enough. If this video has helped you, if you could please leave a like, just to give me, I don't know, an indication or a comment that you actually think, I know this is a good video, it was useful to you. Even if you don't play Warframe, I understand that. If you like don't play Warframe, I totally understand that. I don't like being that YouTuber that just puts out one type of content. I'd rather play multiple games, and it's just more fun. It's just like, yeah, I know. That's just how I like to do my channel, fair enough. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this, well, episode 1 of my Warframe review guide on my builds and how I like to play them. And if you could please leave a like, as I said before, I'm not like gonna, I don't know, like big, but I don't know, it does help out in the end of the day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're gonna please leave a like, click subscribe, give your thoughts down below on episode 1 of our Warframe review on Anaros, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you have a good day.